Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at Sodo Build Action Enemies, which is actually the last Sodo Build set that I have to review for you guys. I know I'm a little behind. Still have all of Geo to dive into, but we'll get there. In any case, this was kind of a special extra set done towards the end of the run. It's not numbered like the rest of the Sodo builds, and it just has some extra enemy stuff. Most notably here you can see the robots. You have like a Sato and a Hokuto. Henchmen. You have the stuff for Baikaiser down here, so just kind of a extra enemy set, just to kind of pad out your Soto builds. You probably already have a ton of the henchmen if you're like me and you bought those other sets that had all the different henchmen and droids and robots, whatever you want to call them, the foot soldiers as it were. So anyway, I just wanted to take a quick look at the boxes here. You can see the lineup. It just shows you all 7 down here. I mean, Candy Toy Box is not super exciting. So, I'll show you over here. Really, just kind of shows you the foot soldiers. The packaging is not too exciting, I'll be honest. I mean, the front of it is obviously the most exciting part. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these all built up and stickered, and then we'll take a closer look. Here is everything fully assembled and stickered up, and I have to say I was actually kind of excited there weren't too many stickers with these. It was actually really nice. We'll start over here with Hard Guardian. These are the robots, and you can see it does come with a stand that has a sticker right there. I would say this guy probably had the most stickers of anybody, but it really wasn't that bad. And I really like the look of him. I think he's pretty cool. I like his giant Gatling gun hand, and then he's got kind of a shield over here, but you can see the fist underneath, which is kind of cool. And it does have a peg hole in the fist, but I seriously doubt you'd be able to get a weapon in there just because it's so far covered by the shield. But I really do like the Gatling gun. I think that looks pretty cool. Articulation-wise, obviously head's on a ball joint. You have your typical Sodo shoulders where you can spin out to the side, bicep swivel, elbow. Nothing in the wrist, obviously. You have the waist spin, you have a ball joint in the hip, you have 90 degrees in the knee, and a ball joint in the ankle. So overall, I have to say, very cool. I like these robots quite a bit. I just think they look really neat. They kind of remind me almost of like a Gundam, but like not a Gundam, like a mobile suit from a Gundam show. Like something a Gundam would come through and just rip up and destroy and explode. Cannon fodder, as it were. Which I guess is pretty much what they were for build as well. But it's really cool. The giant shoulders do kind of rock a little bit. They don't really like fit into place. They just kind of, they hook to the shoulders and then they can move so that, you know, it doesn't hinder articulation. Which is a little weird, but ultimately I don't think it's a problem. I actually like this one quite a bit. Next up, we have these two kind of little foot soldier guys. We have one for Sato and one for Hokuto. These guys have almost no stickers. You have the red here on the front, the little bit on the side, and then the 2 yellows, and then you have one here, and one on the back. And that's it. These guys have all the same articulation, but it's nice. All this maroon is painted on top of the black. And then obviously the black is just black. Nothing exciting there. But it's just kind of a random little foot soldier. I do like the heads. I think they're kind of neat. But yeah, overall, this guy's very much the same. Let me stand this guy up. The Hokuto soldier. I like his color scheme a little bit better just because I like blue. But overall, very simplistic. I like the guns that they come with. But yeah, if you just want a couple foot soldiers to bolster your ranks, there you go. Next up here we have the Hellbros, the Nebula Hellbros. You can see that they come with the Nebula steam gun. And that's one big sticker there. Otherwise, this guy doesn't really have too much in the way of stickers either. He's got this brown sticker on his waist. And I think his belt buckle. That's about it. Oh, I'm sorry. He has these 2 little stickers right here on his shin. Otherwise, he's pretty basic as well. But he looks pretty cool. I like his look. To me, he kind of strikes me as like a general for the foot soldiers. I'm trying to remember. I think both him and Baikaiser, which we'll get to in a minute, were from a movie somewhere along the line. I can't remember which movie they were from. And we did have Hellbros in the show for Remocon and Engine, but they were different. They looked different than this. Honestly, this guy's head kind of reminds me of Sledge from Dino Charge, and I feel like someone could kit bash a cool Sledge Sodo figure with that head. Just kind of what it reminds me of. But again, basic articulation, nothing super exciting here. And none of these three guys came with stands because they were all just single boxes. This was 2 boxes and this was 2 boxes. So, but yeah, coming to By Kaiser again. Whoops! I'll just take his torso off. This was another one that I was actually pretty impressed. Not a lot of stickers. The only stickers are on the front and the sides of the shoulders, and then the yellow for the eyes. Everything else is painted, which I was really impressed with. But yeah, he looks good. And if you remember, we did have in the show what I was just talking about with the engine and Remicon. They had, one side was one side was the other, then they could have one of them use both. Very similar premise here. So you do have separate heads. So what you do is you just kind of unplug the front head, or I should say the front of the head. If you want to take the whole head off, you can, just to make it simpler. Oh, come on. This is being difficult for me now. But this just pegs into the front. Really doesn't want to come off. There we go. And then you can switch these in, and then you just pop this head on. And then what you would do, you would take off all of the red pieces. So this would unpeg. Both of these just peg on the front. You would unpeg this shoulder piece. You would unpeg this piece from the back. And I will be honest, it's kind of a pain to unpeg this stuff. Come on. But I guess that's a testament to how snugly it pegs in there, so that's good. Come on. There we go. So there we go. You take that all off. And then they actually give you a regular boring shoulder that you peg on over here. So there you go. So then this would be the blue-sided one. You would repeat the whole process. They give you another head. I'm not going to go through that again, but they give you another for the red head side. You would take all of these pieces off, put all the red pieces back on, take this shoulder pad, put it over here, and then you would have your red-sided one. But I actually just really like the look of By Kaiser himself, so I just like to put everything on. So I'm going to have to unpeg this shoulder. And I will say it's actually a lot easier pegging this stuff on than it is unpegging it, which is good. Although the shoulder sometimes gives me trouble just because it's a little difficult to get it to pop on. But once you do, there we go. And then I will put this on here and peg this on to this side here. There we go, he's back together, and then I have to put the correct head piece back on. So pop that on there, and then pop this back on. So yeah, I think it's cool that they do give you the option that you can do any one of those 3. Now, unfortunately, if you did want to have all 3 displayed at the same time, you would have to buy multiples of both 6 and 7. And you might think to yourself, well, why? I have the body, or I would need to get just the bodies, right? Unfortunately, no. The 6th box is what contains all of these armor pieces. So if you bought just the box, you would get the head with the red head and the base body by itself. So if you wanted to display all 3, you would have to buy 6 boxes total, and then you could have all 3 permutations. But to me, I just like By Kaiser. I think it's neat that if you wanted to switch it up, you have the option. But I would probably just display him as By Kaiser and keep these pieces, and then if I ever feel like switching them out, display one or the other. But yeah, so that's basically it for this set. Like I said, the review was a long time coming, but I actually liked them quite a bit. I actually really liked these. The one that was easily the most difficult to sticker was the Hard Guardian, but I actually think he came out great, and a lot of the stickers were not super difficult to apply, which was nice. A lot of them were just kind of especially on the legs, just a lot of, smooth surfaces, easy to apply the sticker, not any weird contours or anything like that. So if you're in the market for one of these, I definitely recommend it. I think it's a nice set. I would say that these 2 are probably the best out of the set. These guys are a little plain, but I actually really like the Hellbros. I have a lot of these already because they did a whole Guardian set previously, but I think the colors on these two are the best we've seen so far. So honestly, if you never picked up the other Guardian set, I would probably say just get this, and you'd probably be better off. But if you have both, there's some variety. Like, at least all of them have different stickers or color schemes or things to make them all somewhat different, which is nice. But yeah, I think this is a pretty cool set. Definitely like the Hard Guardian and Baikais are the best, but the others are pretty cool as well. If you're still trying to track one of these down, I would say something like Mandarake. Yahoo Japan Auctions would be your best bet for kind of older candy toys at this point. But yeah, I think they're a neat set. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.